What are call to action buttons and how you can use them on your website to increase conversions? Call to action buttons, also known as CTAs in marketing literature. Call to actions are simple directions that are given to people on your website to take action. Now, most people don't understand the science behind call to action buttons, and there is a science. I mean, a call to action button looks like this, but most people don't know how to actually utilize these to actually increase conversions. If you do understand Google Analytics, which is a tool for websites online that allows Google to display information to you, such as how many website visitors you've had over the last month, but you can also use it to see how many people actually take conversion steps on your website. For example, most people wouldn't realize that the number of people they get on their websites and how many of those actually make an inquiry. It's a really shocking number. You may come across that 90% of your website visitors don't take any action and 10% do. Or you may realize that 99% of people don't take any action and only a really small 1% actually contact you. And there's a reason behind this. It's not because your website is designed poorly in terms of colors or anything like that. It doesn't mean that your website is old, really. It just means that your website hasn't been designed with sales and optimization and conversions in mind, really. Now, when I say optimization and conversions, it just means that the text on the website is influential, or there isn't any directions on your website. Really, that's one of the main issues. There's no direction. You got to treat online visitors as babies. That's the honest truth. You need to treat your website visitors like children. And the reason for that is because you need to direct people that land onto your website to take certain action or do certain things. And that's where call to action buttons come in nicely. For example, if somebody landed on your Invisalign page and they read the first paragraph and they were satisfied with the information that you provided, they saw maybe the testimonials prior to that, and they thought, this is the right dentist I'm going to contact. Having a call to action button or even a little web form that is just constantly there that reminds them that they can click on this button anytime to actually take the next step to contact you. Sometimes most people put the button really right at the bottom of the page where nobody scrolls down to. Most people don't scroll down to the full end of the page before taking an action step. They could possibly read just the first paragraph and take an action step in contacting you. They could read half a page and think you know the right practice and click back or X. Now, you need to understand that having the call to actions on various sections on a page helps. If somebody has read the first paragraph and they're ready to go ahead, put the call to action button. Contact me now. And when I say contact me now, I mean that in a first person narrative. So the person is reading, or kind of seeing the call to action as a request and a callback. Please contact me now. So it's a first person narrative, and it relates and makes a call to action conversion a lot better than if you were to say, book your free callback request. It doesn't work as well. I mean, this is the science behind marketing. You wouldn't know this unless you tested and did some tests on numerous websites to see what increases a lot more in conversions. So we have done this, and this is what we found. So use the first narrative and makes the conversions a little bit higher. Making the color of the call to action is another important science behind the actual marketing aspect. Making it really bold and standing out amongst the rest of your content is another crucial step. Most people will make the call to action the same color as the website theme or their logo or their branding. For example, if your website is blue and all the colors are green, they will make the call to action button green to fashionably make it look as if it's the same kind of trendy website. We advise your call to action buttons to be really quite brightly red, and it might go against your whole design concept and your whole branding scheme, but it gets notice. People notice. It gets attention, and people notice that call to action immediately. And they will read what's on the call to action and then possibly take the next step to actually contacting you. Having that again on the halfway down the page and then right at the end of the page, then you're not missing any opportunities. If somebody wants to read the first part, skip the call to action because they're not ready, then they read some testimonials, and at that time they're still not ready and they want to then see some before and after pictures, and that's when they build that rapport and confidence to say, this is the right practice, I'm going to contact them. And then having coincidentally the call to action button right at the end for them again, promptly there, reminding them that take this step in the first person narrative, directing them what to do will work well. Now, I'm going to write a blog on how to design a really good call to action button, and the link for that call to action button guide is just below. So use that and make changes to your website to increase conversions so you don't lose all the website visitors that your website attracts.